Well, good afternoon, everybody. DW Pastor Barry here, coming to you from my very unorganized bedroom, which I'm going to have to go through at some point. But I'm bringing to you today, beside the Stillwater's Devotional. We have officially sprung ahead with the time, and it's after 1 p.m. here now. And I have mixed emotions or mixed feelings about the time change. I saw a video where Donald Trump was asked if he was going to abolish daylight savings time, and he said, well, it's kind of 50-50. Half the people want to get rid of it, half don't, so it's not enough to change it. So I guess it's going to stay. It is the way it is. It's been that way my entire life, so I'm used to it. I wonder what it would be like if they got rid of it. It'd be very different. But as we know, the only thing constant is change, right? All right, I have not prepared in advance for this, but we're definitely on this one because I haven't read this. This is January the 7th, and this is the 2020 edition for this. There are a lot of devotional books I have for this one. This is called No Place for Cockroaches, and no, we shouldn't have any places for cockroaches. We got a bunch of verses to read, but Isaiah 29:15 is what's listed. It's written out. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, Who seeth us? And who knoweth us?" They want us to read in two places, John chapter 3. Let's go there. Gospel of John. Love me, the Gospel of John. I really do. One of my favorite Gospels. Okay, so verses 18 through 21. Red letter. John 3:18 says, "He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. This is the verdict, that light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone who does evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light, that it may be revealed that his deeds have been done in God." Ephesians 5:1 through 14. Let's jump over there. At least we're in the same testament, right? Galatians, Ephesians, chapter 5, the first 14 verses. Paul says, "Therefore be imitators of God as beloved children. Walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself for us as a fragrant offering and a sacrifice to God. And do not let sexual immorality or any impurity or greed be named among you, as these are not proper among saints. Let there be no filthiness, no foolish talking, no coarse joking, which are not fitting. Instead, give thanks. For this you know that no sexually immoral or impure person, or one who is greedy, who is an idolater, has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these things the wrath of God is coming upon the sons of disobedience." See, the wrath of God is not for us. We can go through the wrath of the enemy, but we're not going to go through any wrath of God. "Therefore do not be partakers with them. For you were formerly darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is pleasing to the Lord, and do not have fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. Instead, expose them. For it is shameful even to speak of those things which are done by them in secret. But all things are exposed when they are revealed by the light, for everything that becomes visible is light. Therefore, he says, Awake, you who sleep, arise from the dead, and Christ will give you light." All right. See, light and cockroaches. Cockroaches don't like the light, if you know. I lived in two countries that had a lot of cockroaches, Philippines and Taiwan. The flying ones, the big ones like that. 2 times in the middle of the night in the Philippines. Of course, it's so hot, you don't sleep with very much on. And of course, I had clothes on, but one morning at 2 in the morning, I felt something crawling on me, and I looked, and it was a big old cockroach, and I just flicked it off. It woke me up, because it freaked me out a little bit. And then the second time it happened several months later, I already knew what it was when I felt it. I just felt something crawling on me, and I just went like this. I was like, in the dark, just flicked it off and went back to sleep. You get used to it. I know some people would have had a heart attack if that were to happen, but you can, we're resilient. God made us that way. We can get used to anything, even bad things, unfortunately. But there's no place for cockroaches. The author is Benjamin Jones of Mount Perry, Ohio. He says, "What comes to your mind when you think of a cockroach? Most people loathe the sight of a roach in the house. To see these insects scurry about in the dirty places where they like to hide gives us reason to despise them. We also detest them because they contaminate our food and they spread disease. The name cockroach has nothing to do with a cock or rooster, but is simply a variation of cucaracha, the Spanish name for this insect. Cockroaches love darkness. Flip on the light and they make a frantic dash for cover, which may be the nearest sewer drain." I saw that in the Philippines and Taiwan a lot. In an uncanny way, this reminds me of the words in John 3:19. Men love darkness rather than light. When does crime usually occur? At night, and the darker the better. Dim corners of the mind and the closet may also cover secret sin. Our tendency to hide our failures and present ourselves in the best possible light goes right along with this. We don't have to be involved in sin to feel an urge to run and hide. Embarrassment from a simple mistake is often enough. Why do we have such feelings? Is it not because we are focused on ourselves? Notice another verse in today's Bible reading. "But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, but his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God." John 3:21. This does not refer to showing off our good works, but rather walking as children of light. Ephesians 5:8, focusing on Jesus. With a transparent walk of faith, we will keep our eyes on the Lord rather than on our own image or the allure of the forbidden. God has no place for cockroaches in his kingdom. And I get the point of what the author's saying. At the bottom of the page it says, "Trying to hide from God is like ducking behind a one-way mirror. We see only ourselves on our side, but he sees everything on his." Let that one sink in for you. These are good devotionals. Hope you're enjoying them and sharing them around. Please stay tuned for many more to come in the Beside the Still Waters devotional. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you in the next one.